Welcome to Sam's Russian Adventures. My name's Sam, an English guy who has been living in provincial Russia for 17 years. Now, today's video, I'm going to go to the area next to the historic part of the city of Vladimir that I live in and just take a walk around. Now, this area is pretty much on its last legs. What I mean by that is most of the houses that are there won't be there for much longer. It's right next to the historical part of town, and what they usually do is they demolish the old houses. If they can restore them, they will do, but usually they build new ones in their place. So I thought I'd take a little walk there, speak to some people if there's people on the street to have a chat to, and just see what it's like to live there. Now, this month, unfortunately, despite me uploading 15 videos, YouTube has decided not to show my content to many new people. So if you're watching this for the first time, I ask that you consider subscribing, and if you can hit the like button, it'll really help me to get my videos into the algorithm, because I've got this theory that YouTube just hates me. Perhaps it's the content, perhaps it doesn't like content that shows Russia as it is. Look at this door here. It reminds me of, like, I don't know, as if it's on, like, on the radio or something, and that light had come on and say on air or something. Do you have things like this in your country? There's obviously some work going on up there. Or perhaps it's just to protect you from the snow falling from this tree, or the branches of the trees probably fall down on you. Look at this here. Somebody is a rebel. I love walls like this. Just so much better than kind of normal new fences. They just look so interesting. You think, what's behind there? What was here before? The window's now boarded up. Was it like a prison? What could it have been? So interesting. And also because it's been added to over time, right? So it's got like bits and bobs, but it's got a lot of barbed wire. They don't want you getting inside there, whatever it is. Look at the doors here. We've got our cathedral and we've got the Golden Gate there. Again, we've got such a huge contrast of houses. So as I've talked about before, a lot of these houses will eventually be knocked down because of the location, prime location, city centre. This road here runs parallel to the city centre. And look, we've got one that's already fallen into disrepair. Look, it's got a sign saying for sale. Guessing somebody's already inside here. Look, we've got footprints in the snow. Let's have a look through here. Look, nothing really nice in there. An old broken fridge and there's a picture on the wall. It smells of piss though. But it's a big plot of land that goes quite a way back. But that's worth a fortune. Oh, look how pretty this one is. So nice. And then this one here, look at that little window there, and the sign, wow, that's mad, that is. It's quite warm today and everything's melting. Wow, look at this one, look at the gate. It just says wealth, doesn't it, power. Здравствуйте. Вы здесь живете, да? Нет, да? I think it's the hat which is scaring the babushkas away. Well, you know the saying, never eat yellow snow. Well, here we've got red snow as well, and green snow, and we've got blue snow. I don't know what's been going on here. It's a bit crazy, isn't it? Is it antifreeze or something, or what could it be? Paint, maybe, just paint. I like these window frames. How nice are these window frames up here, look. Look at the detail that's gone into them. I want you to tell me your favourite house of the ones we see today. Got this one here is a big one, look. Maybe it's a theme look, because this number as well has gone for the whole kind of like worn look. If you lived in Russia, would you like a dacha, or would you prefer to live in flats, apartments? I think the detail and just the look at that, it just looks something out of a Hansel and Gretel fairy tale or something, doesn't it? But then opposite, of course, some have been knocked down already, and then we've got this big apartment block. Well, modern looking anyway. This is prime real estate, this is here. I think someone might still be living in there. So the first choice for today is green dacha or white apartment. Look how it's being held together. It's insane, isn't it? That piece of wood up there, is that holding the, what's it holding up? That is mad, isn't it? It's a bit muddy and dirty today. This is how spring looks. Now look at this. This is mad. Look at the bird homes. Got like a dead tree here and a bird house, and then another one on a pole. Got a 90s style mansion over this gate, and then opposite, this hat is not very warm at all. It's kind of for show, I think. It's the kind of thing, you know, I bought it from a tourist shop, so a tourist would buy it, and then by the time they go home or whatever, go to where they're from, they realise it's not very good. Again, we've got one of these. How's it kind of hanging together? I don't understand. And the birdhouse made of the little bucket. I'd love to go inside this building and see what it's like inside. Does this one look like American style siding? So look, I'm guessing what's happened here is this house has been built, but there was another house, a little wooden one, look, and they've literally joined it together. So we've got this modern house with this like little wooden shack attached to it. Whoa! A red house. Now this looks something like straight out of a horror film, doesn't it? It is insane. It really is insane how it's standing. Wow, that's mad. From the front it kind of looks, well, like it's an okay house, but from the side it's bending, it's falling. You can see a guy here, he's carrying water, so I'm guessing they're not going to have water in the house. Здравствуйте. А получается в доме воды нет, да? Нет, да? Так тяжело жить или нет? Нормально. Да? Ну привык уже, да? Да, привык. Понятно. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. А вы здесь живете, да? Нет, мы туристы. А, туристы, да? Ага. Откуда приехали? Ой, да из Польши, посмотрите. Я понимаю, что вы здесь живете, да? Просто не хотите со мной общаться. Look at this one. This is waiting for the mansion to be built here in its place. All of these, imagine just like 50 years time, all of these are going to be gone. Going to be gone, they're going to be of lost to time. I suppose, you know, it's evolution, isn't it? These houses weren't built to last forever. A lot of them look like they're way past their sell-by date anyway, don't they? This one's overgrown with whatever it is. It looks like it's got a tree coming from the roof. They all remind me of kind of Hansel and Gretel. I don't know if that's the impression you get when you look at these houses. And again, the rusty number, I guess this is something that they all did, or are the signs just rusty after so long? Check out the toilet. Do you fancy going there in the middle of the night for a poo? Look at these pipes. How interesting are they, how they've been joined together. Wow. Wonder what it's like inside these houses. Is this one derelict or is it? I don't even know. I always find it incredible, the construction. Look, how did they come up with this? Little kind of like patio area, but Did they learn this, or they just kind of create it themselves? Now I know this person here, this has been turned into like a language school. This used to be the headquarters of another business. Look at the contrast here with this big yellow apartment building behind there. As we go further up the road, there's more examples, I guess, of buildings that have been knocked down and rebuilt. So I've just done a quick change of hats because it's bloody freezing in that thing. It's so windy today. This church. Look at these wires. Would this pass health and safety in the UK? I don't think so. This is pretty much in the city centre, just off the main road. So unfortunately the church is locked right now. Let's have a look, what date are we? 1st of March, 7 AM is the service. Oh, it's 6 o'clock as well. I suppose if we could come back at 6. It'll be dark though. Where else in the world do you see things like this? So much different material all together in one place. All these different colours, look. Wow, look at this house, that is mad. I guess it's abandoned now. This here, I guess, is going to turn into, well, that soon. Извините, пожалуйста, вы здесь живете, да? А расскажите, вот здесь хорошее место, чтобы жить? Я просто гуляю, я турист, я вот гуляю, да?
Мы привыкли здесь жить, всю жизнь здесь.
Странно за то, что есть дом, а потом через какое-то время кто-то покупает и строит вот такой, да? А раньше было очень тихо, наверное, да?
Да. А тут раньше вообще давно дороги не было, зелено все было, гаражи были.
Блин.
Тут все, а потом вот коттеджи стали строить. Этот дом тоже выселять будут или реставрировать.
Ну и тоже будет какой-то сумасшедший дом большой будет, да?
Да, не знаю, нет, наверное, реставрировать будут.
Понятно.
А мы живем тут, все удобства,
да.
Отопление, ванная.
Было как, наверное, большая семья, наверное, да? Было как-то.
Ну, тут дом вон наш, вон тот, там раньше жил кто? Врач. Ну, а там кто-то потом врач купил, это и весь его дом был, потом, видимо, стал распродавать. И тут много жителей у нас.
А вы здесь уже и так давно, да, живете, да?
Ну да, я-то вообще тоже отсюда, но где здесь сколько? 66-го года вот мы сюда приехали в этот дом.
Вау, да, другой не было, да?
Да, и тут все, ничего не было. Тут тихо, спокойно, вот вообще все рядом, центр, вокзалы, все исторические, все тут.
А вы скучаете по времени, в советское время?
Да я не знаю, как-то привыкли уже.
Кто-то мне говорит, что они очень скучают. Мне кажется, то, который в детстве. Мы всегда скучаем по детству, да? А просто получается, что если родился Советский Союз, детство было в Советском Союзе, да? Вот.
Я маленькая была, недалеко от города, мы жили с родителями в деревне. Но мне было сколько, наверное, 10 лет, когда сюда там приехали. И как-то, не знаю, ну да, детство, все маленькие были там.
А какое у вас самое яркое воспоминание в жизни в Советском Союзе?
Ой, да, я даже не знаю. Когда, наверное, может быть, в институте учились, студенческие отряды, на юг ездили работать, в Крым очень часто ездили, списывались там, например, с колхозами, туда уезжали на все лето работать.
В Артек вы не были в Крыму?
Где?
Артек. Ну,
в Артеке
не было,
ну, мы в Гурзуфе, там вот как раз вот туда приезжали, там все вот это время-то, как раз эта гора Ауюдак-то, все видели рядом. Вот Крым, Гурзуф, это старая Ялта.
Вау.
Вот там все, не знаю, какие-то воспоминания, но как-то все вместе были, а потом у каждого своя
понятно.
жизнь.
Ну да, жизнь такой, да,
жизнь,
вот да.
Она не стоит на месте, она движется, и так что это. Нет, у нас здесь хорошо, тихо,
Да.
спокойно, да и город спокойный какой.
Да, я думаю, место отлично, конечно, отлично. Это,
нас...
ну, в центре города и, ну, вот,
Да,
чуть
у нас,
от города, да,
да,
получается?
да, у нас вот то, что вот это исторический центр, очень много церквей, Успенский,
А, да, а вы в
Рождественский.
эту церковь, которая вот здесь, вы ходите туда или нет?
Вот там Рождественский, у нас Троицкая.
Ага.
Там,
А, вот здесь, да, да,
вот
да, да,
Троицкая у нас, да, церковь. Да, на праздники там чего ходим.
да.
И вот в
Супер.
Рождественский, в Успенский бывает потом.
Ой.
Ну, на Спасской не были,
Ага.
у Золотых ворот, там еще тоже
А,
Спасская
ну да.
у нас церковь.
Нет, ну у вас уже вот здесь и, да, вот зачем-то,
И
да,
там
даже,
еще
да?
монастырь.
Ага. А, ну
Там
да, женский, да,
женский
Ага.
монастырь. У нас там какая Никитская церковь,
Ага.
ну там в каком-то месте ее открыли, там тоже служба.
Вот зеленый, который, да.
Ага.
Ага.
А то пока еще нет, не знаю, может реставрируют, так что не знаю.
Да.
У нас все тихо, спокойно, вы знаете, а потому что может быть то, что действительно нас охраняют высшие силы.
Наверное,
Где-то чего-то
да.
то произошло, то чего, смерч и прочее. А у нас не знаем, и мы тихо, спокойно.
Супер.
Так что у нас, да.
Ладно, очень приятно было пообщаться.
Удачи вам.
Спасибо.
А вы откуда?
Я из Англии, но я здесь живу тоже.
Тоже.
Я гражданин России тоже.
А, давно
Да,
живете?
да, уже 17 лет.
О,
Да, я
давно.
уже
Но
тоже
вы
так.
ездите домой-то?
Да, иногда уезжаю туда, но я больше люблю здесь. Да, это дома мне в России.
Хорошо,
Ладно.
удачи вам.
Спасибо, до свидания. So we got footprints here. So is somebody inside one of these houses? Let's go and have a look. Oh blimey, I have to go in there in the cellar to get in. I'm not going down there. Forget that. Especially when they got the sign of the zodiac on the wall. There's no way in the world I'm going in there. I guess the land is so expensive that no one's actually building houses, they're building apartment blocks. Here we go, this is what it's going to look like. It says lots of apartments in one building. So when the BBC came to Vladimir to speak with people to show real Russia, they came here. I'll show you the exact house. They came to this street. They didn't film this. This was missed. But I'll show you what they did film. In fact, I'll find the clip so you can see. I remember they spoke to 3 people. One person they got talking to and showed him talking about how we're big Russia and we can invade who we want. They then showed a grandma who apparently needs to sell food to survive, and then another lady who they already knew, I'm sure, who they'd arranged a meeting with to talk about how bad Russia was. I guess they have break-ins on that first floor, it's probably abandoned. I used to actually have an apartment here on this street. I'll show you the building. Some water's got into my shoe. I don't know how that's happened. I guess the sole has got a hole or something in it and I've got wet feet or a wet foot. Wow, I love this. The character is incredible, it really is incredible. I don't know what it'd be like to live in there. Look at that. Here we've got these modern apartment buildings and I lived in this one here. Number 8, Volodarskova, number 8. I actually own the penthouse flat in there, right at the top. Well, there's only 4 floors anyway. Are you enjoying this kind of video? Do you like this kind of thing? I'm getting a bit bored with doing the whole kinders. It's killing me as well financially. As I said, I only made $200 this month from YouTube, and I've probably spent about $300 on kinders already this month. So when the BBC came to Russia, they came here. There was a guy cleaning snow on the street and they found him here. They thought this is the best way to portray life in modern Russia. Wow, some of these buildings are just insane. Look at this gate. Let's go and have a look at this gate. I can see it. So interesting. It's built in like a church, or is it like a really nice thatcher? Look at that. It's incredible, isn't it? The detail. And then back to contrasts again. Do you live in an apartment building? Do you have a balcony? What do you keep on your balcony? You can see that some of these people are keeping all sorts of interesting things. We've got no idea what's being kept on that one. I've never really been a fan of these kind of whole, I don't know if they're Greek or Italian, kind of, yeah, sculptures and fountains with like naked men with small penises on them. This one I think is covered anyway, at least. I guess these were some of the first ones to be built. Looking their age now. This one looks brand new, look. Still got the stickers on the windows. Sorry about the wind. It's so cold that there's literally no one around to talk to. There's nobody walking in the streets. I just went past one girl who was obviously a student at the college, who I'm going to speak to today. I'd like to speak to some of the locals who live here, find out what it's like to live around here. I can just see the Russian flag sticking up over there. So here it says, look, between 1906 and 1907, here was a printer company, or printers, and here was a party conference for the Vladimir region. Look at the building. Can you imagine there being a printing company in there? I guess. Wow. Look at this for a building. Wow, it's a government building now, but oh wow, this is probably the printers. The sign there was maybe for this building here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend to be a stupid tourist and try and get inside the building and see if we can film it. Let's see. It's very interesting. I don't know if it's locked here. You might need a code to get in. I think you probably do. Let's try. Fuck it. They can only say go away, can't they? Yeah, it's locked. There's a guy washing his larder here. Let's see if we can speak to him and find out some more information. Здравствуйте. Извините, пожалуйста, вот это работает, это здание, да? Кто-то там, здание там действующий, там кто-то работает, да? А главный вход вот там, да? Или как? Там просто закрыт, да. Просто очень интересное здание, это вы смотрите внутри, да. Что думаешь, они меня не попускают туда ходить или нет?
Я думаю, не пусть.
Да? Ладно. Check it out, it's so cool. I really want to get inside there. I really want to get inside this building. It looks so interesting. Look at this. But how do you get in? Oh, is there any way to get inside there or not? So I spoke to a guy. He's going to go and ask the person in charge if I can go inside. Let's see if they let me in or not. Let's see what the temperature is. Oh, what are we? Oh, it's saying -2 or 3, is that all? I tell you what, I'm glad I changed the hat. If I had that white hat on. So the guy in charge had a chat with me, it was really cool. He said I can't go inside, can't film inside a government building. I told him I was actually a Russian citizen, but he still wouldn't let me go inside and film. He said it's all changed now. I don't think it has changed. It looks like it's, although it might have done, to be fair. All the windows look all the same anyway. But he was a good guy. Had a little talk with him and he seemed pretty cool, but he just wouldn't let me inside. Fair enough. So here we've got a hotel and a guest house. I wonder what it's like when I guess you get used to it, don't you? But this would have been a nice quiet area at one point, and now they've got these big hotels next door. This is the worst birdhouse I've ever seen. Tell you what, they're good at cleaning the snow anyway. Even if they live in like a house that looks, well, like it's seen better days, they're good at cleaning these paths. They're not lazy, are they? You see what my driveway looks like, blimey. Вот ты здесь живешь, да? Вот какой ты олигарх, да? Вот молодец.
Чё, о чем общаешься?
Ну, расскажи, ты здесь давно живешь, да? В этот дом?
С 17
Ага. И как тебе место? Хороший, да?
Тихо, хорошее, в центре.
Да.
Центр
да.
рядом, а здесь,
ага.
видишь, как деревня.
Да. Ja раньше жил вот этого Володарского 8. Я жил,
я
да.
понял,
Look how cool it is in here. So nice, isn't it? Really is both sides of the coin. You know, this house, it looks a bit dirty on the outside, but it's a very nice house, and it's right in the city centre. That's the city centre, look. There, just there, right? Like literally 50 metres away. And then opposite, well, the other side of the coin, I guess. Contrasts. Contrasts. And a cat. Я знаю. Я знаю. Do you change your voice when you speak to cats? Do you speak in like a childish voice? I do. My voice becomes like, I know. I talk to cats like this. I don't know why, but you know, do you do that too? How do you feel when you go to shake someone's hand? Now, I don't know if you shake hands wherever you are in the world, right? But in Russia we shake hands, okay? So I went to shake this guy's hand because I used to live in this house, and he gave me the weakest handshake. He didn't even squeeze, he just kind of placed his hand against my hand. How do you feel when you get a handshake like that? It's kind of basically the guy saying to you, don't give a fuck about you. Because it's interesting, right? Because you also get the other kind of like macho man that really tries to squeeze your hand as hard as possible to kind of say, hey, I'm the alpha male, right? I'm stronger than you. Look at this nice post box. Am I gonna fall over? So obviously they've had to cut these trees because they were, I guess, too big, and they would have maybe fallen on cars or on buildings, right? But why not just get rid of the whole thing? I mean, doesn't look very pretty, does it? So this building looks like it should be something government-like, doesn't it? It looks like the house from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but what do you think is actually inside here? Let me know in the comments. Would you like a tyre cover like this one? Wow, look at this, they've built some like metal on here just to hold the house up. If you had a window like this, which was literally on the street, what would you put in the window? There's definitely something romantic about just walking down these paths with these houses on one side and snow on the other. I literally washed my car yesterday